I think it's a feedback loop with what's happening with other artists. I look at what other artists are doing, and then that inspires me. But then I have to step up. You know, I have to step up and meet their level of creativity. That's the way I look at it. I kind of mine my dreams. You know, because the subconscious mind is always free associating all night long. I think it's the greatest resource that we're given for free. You can't beat it, and you know, so I don't necessarily look to pop culture 100%. I try to be a autochthonous, you know, self-originating with a lot of the ideas, and sometimes those are the ones I'm most comfortable with, because I know that if that kind of bursts out into pop culture through one of my films as a meme, it'll be unique, and it won't be part of that feedback loop. But in terms of technique and elevating the art, you know, whether it's cinematography, storytelling, you know, that sort of thing, or even new tech, you know, I look at what other artists are doing. They inspire me. You know, I mean, we're all part of a big sort of bubbling pot of new ideas. I think you need to be willing to explore mentally the consequences of failure. I mean, one of the things that our human mind, in all its intricacy, allows us to do is to project potential futures. I haven't had that many failures because I've been so acutely aware of the consequences of failure. You know, so I think it's a question of keeping failure with you all the time. Don't get high on your own supply. Don't think that just because you think the idea is brilliant, that the rest of the world will. You know, I feel it's take a defensive posture. I see a lot of artists, a lot of filmmakers who just get so in love with their ideas that they become blinded to the fact that people just might not be interested. I think you have to have that idea in your mind that you get no love from the audience before the fact. You have to show them something that wins them and inspires them. I think my eyes are very much on the future. You know, I'm simultaneously excited by a lot of things that are possible and that may become possible, both in the two areas of interest, you know, filmmaking, image creation, and so on the one hand, exploration, robotics, technology development on the other hand. I'm also in extreme dread of possible futures that we're confronting. I think this is probably the most challenging century in human history in terms of you know, the possible outcomes. And you know, we need to collectively as a society realize that we're living in one of the most unique times in human history, and that it's not just going to stumble along like it's always stumbled along. We're going to have to make critical decisions about what we want human civilization to be and what we want this planet to be. And we're going to have to live with the consequences of those decisions.